Hey, yes, so let me show you how I've replaced Phantom Buster and how I've built the LinkedIn Sales Navigator scraper, which I can use completely for free because it's being run in the browser, not in the cloud, and so you don't have to pay for it. So the basic setup, I have LinkedIn Sales Navigator, right? So we'll need some kind of search here. Then I have Airtable. I'm switching from Google Sheets to Airtable because I think it's better. It's just more robust. It's just better to work with because it's an actual database, not a spreadsheet. Previously, I used Google Sheets. So I have NA10. I have this little process here and kind of acts as an intermediary. And I have the most important part here is this Automa Chrome extension. Basically, it's an extension for automating tasks in the browser, right? As I've told you before, it's like just imitating all the possible actions that a human could make in the browser. This extension can do it, right? You can find it in the Chrome Web Store. So if we go here, here's my main process. Here, save lead to spreadsheet. So here's my process, right? So here kind of you see whenever you build with this Automa extension, you have this make.com like canvas where you can drag and drop blocks, right? So the first block here, I have a trigger. Obviously, I have active tab. Active tab just connects the flow to whatever tab is active, right? So here the search Sales Navigator tab should be active, right? And then exactly, and this is so this workflow is kind of like the child workflow of the main workflow. This will just save one lead. So it assumes that one lead is open, and it saves this one lead to here, to Airtable, right? So this will be one entry, and then the parent workflow will actually iterate over all those leads on this page and invoke the child workflow, right? Just for the separation of concerns, I decided to organize it this way. So anyways, here this block get text, right? So this just gets text from an HTML element. Here you just need the CSS selector. The CSS selector for whatever you need. You can find it with DevTools, right? So let's say you want to find the name, just use this thing here, find the name, boom, and here you just need to construct the CSS selector. It's not that hard. You can Google how to do this, and you can you can ask ChatGPT or Perplexity how to do this. It's not that hard, but might be a bit tricky sometimes, but it's usually doable. Right, so that's basically what I'm doing here. For example, you can verify selector. Here it is, right? So that we select the right thing. So basically this extracts text and saves it into the variable that I called name, right? So basically we have variables in this process. What I'm doing is I'm just going through that profile and scraping text from multiple elements with each their own respective CSS selector, and I'm just extracting text and I'm saving it into variables inside of this process, right? So then again, I'm doing the same thing here, a bit different. I'm just extracting the address from a certain link, right? So this is actually this this link, the LinkedIn profile URL. So then the same thing, job title, company name, link to the profile of the company on Sales Navigator, location. So basically, these are all the same blocks, just the CSS selectors differ. So it's really the only tricky thing here. Then exactly here, this is like specific to my process. You don't really need this. Here I do some, this is a custom code block, kind of as you have in Zapier or NA10 as well. So this is JavaScript. Here what I'm doing, I'm just like cleaning up some of those strings because like I'm parsing a bit raw HTML there, which you don't necessarily need to do. But in my use case, I needed that, and so I just need to clean it up because it's going to be used in JSON. We're going to send it over to NA10. And if you have some bad characters there, like new lines or like double quotes inside of double quotes, this can cause problems. So this is why I'm doing that. Generally is also not needed. And so then I'm just using HTTP request, and I'm just sending a body that looks like this. So basically here, when we have this double curly bracket, this is just a placeholder for a variable or for whatever other object. And I'm sending this request body, and I'm sending it to a NA10 webhook. So I'm just using NA10 as kind of an intermediary because here with Automa the interface is not that convenient, to be honest. So I'm just sending it over to NA10 from where it's more easy to handle the data, right? So I receive it here, body, right? Here it is. Here's what I receive. And yeah, and then here I have some AI analysis and cleanup of the data. Generally, that's not needed. This is just my specific use case, right, for German lessons. And yeah, and then I just use the Airtable node. You will need to authenticate here with your personal access token, which you can get in the developer portal. And yeah, so you'll just need a base. A base is a database in Airtable. You'll need a table. You'll need a predefined schema, right, for your columns. And here you just map, right, what you need to save. And yeah, what's convenient about NA10 is also here you can do all kinds of manipulations with the data if you need some cleanup, or in this case I needed some AI pre-processing or post-processing. So that's a lot more convenient to do with NA10 or make.com than it is with Automa. Automa is really inconvenient, as I said. So yeah, and yeah, you just send it here. So really the only tricky thing, and yeah, so just to show you how it looks in practice, and yeah, exactly, and I forgot. And then there's this was the child workflow, and then there's the parent workflow. Here it is, which again connects to the active tab, right? And here it is. So it loops elements. It loops elements with this selector. So this selector, it matches every card here. This card, this card, this card. So the loop elements module, what it does is it just loops through those elements, through these, and just clicks it one by one. And yeah, exactly. And then it just executes the child workflow, the one that I shown you before, right? So it just goes through those, clicks on one, and saves it. Then goes to the next one, does the same. And yeah, until the page is ended. And here you have loop break module, just to indicate this kind of what's inside here is the loop, right? Whatever comes after is not part of the loop. But here we don't have anything anyway, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's the basic structure. Really, the only tricky thing here is to figure out the CSS selectors with Automa. This might be a bit tricky sometimes, but yeah, you just need to spend a few hours with that, make sure everything's working, and then just make it once, and yeah, it's gonna work. And so yeah, if we just look how it works in practice, let's switch to a different page. So I will launch it right here, scrape many sales nav leads, and here it just goes through it one by one with a bit of a delay because I also don't want to flag LinkedIn because they don't like it. They might send you the too many requests response. I think that this is taking a bit too long. I'm not sure why. Maybe there is lagging internet connection or something. Maybe cannot send something. I'm not sure. Okay, here, yeah. So just goes through it, sometimes with a bit of a delay. I haven't figured out, by the way, why the delay is happening. So sometimes it might be looking for selectors that aren't present on the page. Maybe that's why. But yeah, so here you can just leave and, you know, do something else, but you'll need the browser window open. Yeah, right. I think this is enough, right? Let's just stop it there. You can go here and stop it like this, and we can check the error table. Here, right? We have the new guys. Right here, Martina. Wait. These are the new guys, right here. These ones, right? Thomas Foher. Where was he? Yeah, exactly. Melissa Davis. Yeah, here she is. Yeah, those 5 guys. Yeah, as you see here, it's all correct. The current position, the current company, everything is nice. So yeah, the only tricky thing is with CSS selectors and with the delays, really, and that's it. Otherwise, once you figure it out, right, you can use it as many times as you want, and yeah, it really benefits you a lot. You don't have to pay for Phantom Buster or anything like this, which would be a bit more expensive.